are some audience mics, and I think there's some people coming around, and there's time for just a couple quick questions. Maybe starting right there with a hat.
How you doing? Thank you both for your work. Let me say, Noam, you went to a Deweyan school, and you talk about John Dewey often, or at least I see it online. I read about it. You, in many ways, whether you'd like to own that or not, are modern day Dewey as like a leading social philosopher. I come from blue collar background, and now I'm a Columbia student, and I often get the argument that we can no longer have these radical critiques because we're now part of this co-signing, contributing, co-opted entity that's usurping proper education and indoctrination. How do you reconcile the two, being inside the system, part of the system, but also trying to change it and not be co-opted?
It's always been first of all, my own impression over 75 years of activism is that the level of energy and dedication and commitment, especially on part of young people today, is as high as anything I can remember, outside of maybe a few very brief peaks, like maybe 1968, 69. But it's quite substantial. But you're right that there are very intensive pressures to try to beat it back. You used the phrase indoctrination. That's actually the phrase that's used at the liberal end of the spectrum by those who were deeply concerned about the activism, independence, courage, great contributions of young people of the 60s who really civilized the society. Right after that, there was a reaction, and across the spectrum at the sort of liberal end, the Trilateral Commission, that's basically Carter liberals, they staffed Carter administration, a very important book which called for trying to introduce what they called more moderation in democracy, less participation. People should become more passive and obedient and apathetic, and as one Harvard professor there put it, and maybe we can get back to the good old days when Truman was able to run the country with the help of a few Wall Street lawyers and financiers. That would be democracy. But one of the things they emphasized was what they saw the failure of the institutions, I'm quoting, responsible for the indoctrination of the young. Schools, universities, churches, they were not indoctrinating the young properly. So therefore we have to do more to indoctrinate the young. And there's been quite since that time, there's been quite a campaign from kindergarten to universities in many different ways to try to impose discipline, obedience, apathy, atomization, keep people separate from one another, all kinds of things. Those of you of that age have all been through it, but you can struggle against it. And plenty of people are doing it, and there's a lot that has been done, a lot more can be done. And I think what you mentioned is a problem, but I don't think it's a paradox. You can we do live within the society. We can't pretend we live somewhere else. You can live within the institutions and work hard to change them.